In today's investment series, let's talk about your cash return on investment. How do we calculate the cash return? What can go wrong regarding the cash return on investment? And how do I specifically use it in my business? My name's Travis Anderson, your local real estate expert. Let's dive in. So what is your cash return on investment? Let's take a look at a $300,000 property where we're putting 20% down with $10,000 in additional costs. Now, 20% of $300,000 is $60,000. $10,000 in additional costs gets me to $70,000 that I'm investing in the property. Now, if I want to get a 10% return on my investment, I need to see a $7,000 annual return. If I want to see a 20% return on investment, that would need to be $14,000 from an annual return. Now, what that means again is the cash that I've invested and the cash that I'm receiving above my costs is going to be somewhere between 10 and 20% if I'm going to continue to analyze that property. What are some things I'm seeing go wrong with when we're analyzing the cash return? Number one, today, it's a big problem, the cost of insurance. Especially if you're buying a 3-unit or a 4-unit complex, the cost of insurance is probably going to be substantially higher for you as it maybe was for the previous owner, just because insurance companies are getting caught up with the different rate changes. So if your insurance goes up, let's say by $100 a month, or in a property that I've purchased recently, it went up by $500 per month, that's $6,000 a year. That's $6,000 right out of my return or my estimated return on investment. The second thing that might come up will be property taxes increase. And the third thing that comes up would be some sort of an out-of-pocket cost that we didn't account for when we were looking at that property. Now, the cash return on investment, in my professional opinion, is probably the most important. However, it can be misleading. Let's look at that $300,000 property again. And let's say I buy it with a 0 down mortgage and I have maybe $3,000 or $4,000 of costs up front. That's only 1% invested or $3,000 invested. Now I could receive $600 in profit per year and be at 20% return on investment. That's a problem. $600 per year in income that you can use as a profit is definitely not enough to consider a property a good investment. So I like to use cash return on investment when we're putting 10% down, 20% down or more. And if you can get that number to 10% or more, 20% would be ideal in things that I look at today. That's going to be where you're getting the best return on your investment. Now think of it this way. Is there another place that you can take $50,000, for example, and put it and you can expect to receive $10,000 back annually in cash? It's really hard to get that type of return on investment, but you absolutely can do it in real estate. Hey, listen, in this video, obviously we talked about the cash return on investment, why it's important. If you've got questions, give me a call, shoot me a text, hit me up in the comments section. And as always, all my best to you and yours.